And so I just like do all this stuff, like I reposition it, like shove it in there harder. And then it turns red when I'm in the middle of the intersection. Hi. Hey.
Hello.
So, today, I am going to be sharing with you my driving horror stories. There's been many. I'm only going to tell a few today, just to keep this a short, quick, and to the point video. But as you guys know, I am not the best driver. I'm getting better. I'm practicing every day because I have to freaking make runs to the store every day because I always forget something. And my family eats literally 10 gallons of 10 gallons of food every day. I don't even think that you would describe food in gallons, but it's fine. The first thing was probably one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. So, my gas tank was really empty. It was at like 1/8 of a tank. Like, it was so empty. So I needed to go to the gas station place and get it filled. And I've kind of like filled gas before with my mom, like under her direction, but I've never done it myself before. So I like double checked with my mom, like, this is how you do it, right? Like, you put in your like Fry's card number, whatever, scan your credit card, like select which one you want and put it in, right? Yep, good. So my dog is growling. So I get there, I pull up to number 1 because I gotta let the people behind me come in, obviously, like I'm not rude, right? And so I pull up. I turn off my car because I don't want to explode, because that's my number 1 fear. I've literally seen videos of people like imploding at the gas station, and I did not want that to happen. So turn off my car, walk out, and I scan my Fry's card. I put my credit card in. I select what fuel grade I want, and I'm like, wait, I'm probably not supposed to have my phone, right? Because I have my phone in my hand. And I read the thing, it says leave your phone in your car. I'm like, okay, I don't want to blow up. So I put my phone in my car. I uncap the gas thingy, pop it open, whatever, twist open the thing, and pop that bad boy in there. Now, one of my biggest like fears with the gas tank is like putting down that little latch thingy, because I'm like, what if it doesn't latch and it just falls out and like oil spills everywhere, you know? So I put it in, I latched the thing down, and it was like,
Sorry, see cashier, sale canceled.
and I was like, did it take too long because I put my phone in my car? Like, why? So I did the whole thing over again, scanned the Fry's card, put the credit card in, selected my fuel grade, put the thing in the thing, and it said again, it was like, please see cashier, sale canceled. And I'm like, bruh, what the frick? So I put it back, and I go waltzing up to the gas station, like inside the little like corner store place thing, and I'm like, hey,
How y'all doing?
and I'm like, so basically my gas says to see the cashier and it won't refill and it says sale canceled. And they were like, okay, like that's fine, like which one are you at? And I was like, I looked out the window and I saw my car and it said it was at 2, and I'm like, okay, I'm at number 2. And she's like, well, 2 is fueling. And I was like, fueling? I put the thing back. And then she was like, oh, well then you're at 1. And I was like, okay, because I was on the left side. And I'm like, okay, I'm at 1 then. She's like, okay. She's like, well, you can just pay for it here if you want. I was like, okay, great, good, lit. So she's like, how much do you want to like pay for it with, or whatever? Like, how much do you want to put into the gas? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, how about $20? And I was like, okay. I was like, can I just do a full tank? And she was like, how many gallons can your tank hold? And I was like, I don't know. And so she was like, okay, we'll just do $25, and if it's too much, it'll go back onto your card, and if it's not enough, then oh well. Okay. So she's like, do you want 20? So she says, do you want 20 cents off per gallon? I'm like, of course. So I get that, put my card in, and the thing goes blank. Like, the card reader goes blank. And I'm like, what the frick? Am I like defective? Like, am I like filled with like an electric current that makes all the electronics around me stop? And so she's like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to help you with the next cashier over. I'm like, okay. So do that whole thing, get my receipt. Okay, amazing. She's like, you can go fill up your gas now. Okay, yes. I'm walking back. I'm like, oh my god, this is going so good. Like, we had problems in the beginning, but now we're on the top, boys. Like, let's go. So I get there, and I put the thing in, and it says begin feeling. And I'm like, and I latch the thing down, and it says begin feeling. And I'm like, what am I doing right now? I'm fueling. And so I just like do all this stuff, like I reposition it, like shove it in there harder, and nothing is working. And I'm like, what? I could call my mom, but don't want to get my phone out because I don't want to explode, you know. And I wanted to prove that I was a big girl and I could do it by myself. However, I waltzed back into the convenience store and I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how to fill my gas tank and it's not working. And the lady was so nice, bless her heart, and she's like, okay. So she gets on her yellow vest and she walks out there, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm like stupid or what. And she's like, you're not stupid. And I'm like, are you sure? And so we get there to my car and she's like, okay, like you want 87, right? And I'm like, yep. And so she puts it in, she clicks 87, and as soon as she said that, I knew what I did wrong. The third time that I went out there, I did not press unleaded or 87 or whatever. So that's why it didn't work when I paid for it at the register. But I don't know why it didn't work all the other times. But I'm just not gonna go to number 1 again. I'm gonna go to number, I don't know, 2 or something. So, but yeah, that's story number 1, how I'm just incompetent. I haven't filled my gas tank since then, because that just happened like 2 weeks ago. Maybe even just a week ago. So we'll see what happens the next time. Yeah. Anyways, story number 2 is the second time that I ever drove by myself. You guys saw the first time, most of you. The second time I drove by myself, I got there just fine. It was great. And I needed to get home, and I knew I'd gone there with my mom, but I couldn't remember how to get home. So I'm like, okay, I'll just put in my GPS. But I have Sprint, and if you have Sprint, you know that it works like 4% of the time when you're away from your house. So it wasn't working, and I was like, okay, well, I'll remember where to go once I get there. So I turn out of the complex, going down the road, and I'm on the road, and I'm like, okay, well, I know I turn on this road, but is it right or left? And mind you, I had not memorized my streets at all this time. Now I have an acronym, and it's great. But I did not memorize any streets, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go left. I'm just gonna go left, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna go left. And so I went left. And I start going, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're good. And I'm going, and I'm like, this looks not right. Doesn't look how I remember. And I hit my church, and I'm like, we've gone too far. And I hit this other complex, and I'm like, we're very far. And I was going down the road, and I see the freeway, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I go 20 minutes out of the way? And so I was scared that I was gonna somehow like get onto the freeway by accident by going straight, even though that's not possible, and I know that now. But so then I'm driving down, and I knew I was going the wrong way at this point, but I didn't know how to like fix it. So really heavy construction and really heavy traffic hits, and I'm like, oh my god, like the cars are going so slow, literally 4 miles per hour. We're all so like tightly compact, and we get to this intersection, and the cars are so close together, and it's a green light, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the car ahead of me to like reach the end, so that if it turns to a red light, like I can like, you know, like not get stuck in the middle of the intersection. And so I wait for them to almost get there, and then I go, but then they stop because the car ahead of them stopped, and then I look above me and light is turning yellow, and I'm like, oh my god. And then it turns red when I'm in the middle of the intersection, and I'm like, did I run a red light? Maybe. But then my dad told me that once you pass a certain point, it doesn't count, blah, blah, blah. But still, I was in the middle of the intersection when this was going on, and I'm just like, bruh. But nothing happened, it was fine. So then I don't even know what I did to get back home. I think I might have like made a U-turn or something. I don't know. I was gonna pull over, but the only place to pull over was like this really sus like storage center with like a dirt lot. And I was like, I don't want to get kidnapped today. I don't need that on my plate with everything else going on. Okay, I don't need that. So I think I just took a U-turn or something, which is weird because I didn't know how to take U-turns. So yeah. And then another time, the third story, is that I was driving along and a light was turning yellow, and I was like, well, let me speed up, you know. And someone decided to turn left right in front of me, so I had to slow down, and I ended up running the red light. But it wasn't my fault. I was already past the line. But they decided to turn left, so I had to slam on those bad boys, you know. And then I got home and I was like, I ran a red light. I'm gonna literally take myself off this planet. Sometimes they have like speed cameras above the thing that like catch you speeding, and I'm like, oh my god, what if I get one of those freaking mail-in speeding tickets that like have your picture, you look like a freaking criminal, and that's me, like I am the criminal, and I didn't want that. And so I looked up all the locations of the speeding cameras in my area, and none of them were at that crossroads. So also, side note, subscribe if you're a real one. If you don't subscribe, you're a fake one. And I hate you. Just kidding. I still love you. But I would love you more if you subscribe. Anyways, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.